Drill! Attack Insect Princess!
Wait!
Totally you might see it! Yeah! Never say die! Got to go!
Hello everybody, and welcome back to more of the Subscriber Dynasty Series Season 2 deck profiles. It's me, Cooper, and today we're going to be talking about the boy Syrus Truesdale, Zane's younger brother. Syrus Truesdale is the Roid user from freaking GX. In Season 1, his deck was pathetic and so was he. But Season 2 has come around, and Syrus has also come around as well. He is a strong kid that can totally hold his own nowadays, and honestly, I'm so excited to see how his new deck works out, because he's got more Vehicleroid fusions now, rather than just be using Steam Gyroid. So here, and that one old fusion that he doesn't have anymore where it fuses with a warrior monster, UFO-Roid's fusion. Either way, going into Syrus's deck in Season 2, he showed off a lot of these cards against Missy, and way later in the season when he took on his own brother, Zane Truesdale, even though he was doing it to try and save Zane from his really strong emo phase, but, you know, it's still Zane. You can't, it's still Zane. You're not going to beat him just because you're in the right.
Okay, that hurt, but I did it! Defusion, but that means...
It means I win!
Sometimes you actually have to be a good duelist. Alright, so looking at this, Syrus' deck is actually pretty effective. He still has some really crap monsters like the Cycroids. Rescueroid's not very good. Steamroids are really good. These monsters are solid. Drillroid's really solid. Stealthroid, tactically okay, but not great. Truckroids are really solid, something he's added this season. Submarineroid, amazing, something he's added this season. He's got Expressroids, which can help out quite a bit, and Gyroids, which were always solid. Ambulenceroid is whatever, honestly, not really good. But in this season, he's got double power bonds to make it easier for him to get all these fusions out. He's got his new fusion card, Vehicoidroid Connection Zone. This card lets him fusion a Vehicleroid monster, which he has two of. He has Super Vehicleroid Jumbo Drill and Super Vehicleroid Stealth Union. These Vehicleroid fusions can be fused with this card, and this card makes it so that that fusion monster cannot be destroyed by card effects, and its effects cannot be negated. Therefore, these monsters will become unkillable unless you beat them by battle, but that's going to be extremely difficult. So yeah, it's a really cool fusion card. He also just has basic poly, so lots of fusion support, but these cards are not the easiest to fuse, except this one. This one's really easy. Pair Cycroid, two machine monsters with the same name. Any of these, if you have two of the same name, you can power bond it, poly it. You can't Vehicleroid Connection Zone it, sadly, but you can poly it, so it's really, really good. Now, let's go ahead and move on to what Syrus's stats look like this season. And honestly, I am pretty impressed, because they look like this. They're actually pretty... Like, you could ignore the luck stat gap. Pretty much every character has the luck stat gap, except, like, Jaden so far. He's got really all-round good stats. Like, he is pretty damn good at just about everything. Starting with his attack stat, it's actually average, because even though he has a lot of weak monsters like Cycroid, Stealthroid, Truckroid to an extent because it actually can get stronger, Submarineroid, Expressroid, Gyroid, Ambulenceroid, all those, Drillroid is solid, and Steamroid can go up to 2300 attack. Yes, he can go down to 13, but the fact that he can go up to 23 makes him super, super solid, and puts Syrus near the average. Not at the average. What puts him at the average is the fact that he has solid fusions with Power Bond, like Steam Gyroid, Ambulance Rescuroid, Pair Cycroid, and really strong fusions like Super Vehicleroid Stealth Union at 36, that's his boss, and Super Vehicleroid Jumbo Drill at 3000, which is just a solid monster. Overall, this guy, Syrus is such a cool character. The fact that he's gotten better in this season, he goes from he goes from Slifer Red to Raw Yellow in Season 2, and it's so freaking cool how he does it. He beats one of his brother's fangirls, whatever, and it's pretty fun. It's actually a really fun time watching him, like, just kick ass. And he wins multiple duels usually he loses all of his duels. He wins multiple duels this season, and it's really cool. He gets to duel against these weird guys that like to summon monarch monsters. He gets to duel against Tyranno Hasselberry, who we've already mentioned. He duels his brother, as I already mentioned, and he defeats Missy, I mean, as I've mentioned right now. So it's really cool. And when it comes to his speed stat, he actually does have some cards, because Rescueroid is a searcher, which is very nice. Expressroid is a searcher that gets you cards to the hand, very nice. Ambulenceroid has an effect for special summoning. Fusions count as special summons, so Power Bond, Polymerization, Vehicoidroid, 3 different forms of special summons just with that. Supercharge is draw power, so there's 2 draw pot of greeds basically right there. Wonder Garage is special summon, so there you go. He's got a lot of special summon potential. Plus, Ambulance Rescuroid also is special summon potential. So he's got a lot of it, and it's actually pretty nice. In fact, he hits the average when it comes to speed, thanks to all this search, special summon, and, you know, draw power. Now, moving on to his skill stat. This is where he drops, actually not drops, holy crap, he goes above the average. And the reason he goes above the average because he has triple Submarineroid, which is triple monsters that attack directly and then can hide in defense mode in order to protect their life points. He also has his trap card that he used to almost beat his brother, the Cyber Summon Blaster, which every time you special summon machine monsters, 300 damage is dealt to your opponent. He's got lots of machine monsters here. They're not hard to special summon thanks to Rescueroid, Ambulanceroid. Anything that's fusion summon counts as a special summon, which would be burn damage. And if your opponent has machine monsters, that means they're going to get burned too. And there are a lot of machine users in this series. So that's actually really nice. So it's mostly because he has the direct attacking and he has that, but he also has piercing damage with Stealth Union guy, piercing damage with Super Jumbo Drill. Pair Cycroid is a monster that's super easy to summon, and it attacks directly. If you power bond this monster, you get 3,200 direct attack. It's probably the most direct attack you'll ever see. The only reason his skill stat isn't like super above the average is because you still have to have power bond. You still have to have 2 of the same monster and power bond. It's still hard to pull off. But it's not that hard compared to other things. So he's got what it takes to actually do this. And, you know, skill also comes from healing and stuff. He has emergency provisions. Don't think anything else. I'm trying to remember his deck. I don't think anything else really heals him. But that's fine. Emergency provisions does the job. So his skill is actually above the average. It's pretty good. Then we can move on to his defense stat, which is above average by far. This guy is super defensive. His tribute monster has whatever defense. His triple Steamroids have 1,800 defense. Drillroids have 1,600 defense, which I've already said 16 is plenty in this series. Stealthroid, nope, that kind of brings it down. Truckroid has triple 2k. This is his mystical elf right here, and he's got 3. He's got triple 18 from Submarineroid. We've already have 4 sets of monsters with great defense. He's got Expressroid at 16. Like I said, that's really great. Gyroid has a special defense thing because it's has to be attacked twice to be killed by battle, so therefore it also adds to the defense stat. When it comes to defense, Syrus Truesdale is actually pretty damn good. I gotta give this kid respect. Overall, when it comes to his deck, I'm pretty impressed. Luck stat, he gets nothing. There's no real luck-based cards except maybe Wonder Garage. Wonder Garage is probably the only thing that gives him a little tip because he needs his opponent to destroy this card, so you kind of have to bait your opponent into killing it. When it comes to the brick stat, though, I would say Syrus is actually not very bricky. Now, there are some cards that can brick. Rescueroid can brick. Power Bonds can brick if you don't have the right combinations. Vehicleroid Connection Zone is just a straight-up brick. Poly can be a brick. And I would say the Wonder Garage can technically be a brick, but the rest of his cards are really solid, which is why he's almost unbrickable. He's rarely bricks. This season, Syrus Truesdale is going to be one of the most interesting characters to keep your eye on, because he really does have a chance of going all the way, and I'm not joking. I see him as a tournament contender. I don't see him as the top of the top, because his deck still relies on some fusions to actually do the game-winning kills, but he has other means of winning through his skill stat, like his direct attacks and some burn. It's actually a pretty interesting deck. and honestly, these roids are going to be super cool. I want to see what raw yellow Syrus Truesdale can do. I want to see what you guys can do with this deck in the subscriber tournament, and if you want to use this deck, you're going to need to follow or to join our Discord in the chat right now. It's chat, goddamn, this isn't Twitch. In the comments or the description of the video. But overall, I would say Syrus Truesdale actually has a fighting chance this season of being a tournament champion, and so much so that I'm actually going to give him 3 full stars. He gets 3 full stars. You only need 2.5 for me to consider you a tournament contender. He gets 3 because I think he's going to win many duels, unless he gets a really bad matchup early on, which happens because I randomized the bracket, so what are you going to do? That's going to be it for this one, guys. If you can, please remember to subscribe because we're trying to get to 15k subs. I'm having a lot of fun getting there. And honestly, I really hope you guys are excited for the tournament because these Season 2 decks are a lot more tactical and a lot more fun to use. So, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.